Hello everyone, my name's Dean, let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is January 2nd, 2025. And we're almost there. Our target is almost hit. And I think a lot of you who watch this channel understand what I'm going to say, what I'm getting at. Basically, prepare to take profits. And yes, this is very important because if you don't, what comes next may shock you with a high degree of likelihood. When we hit our target, we should prepare for a big drop to the downside. Okay, we've been talking about this on this channel for weeks. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at where our target is once again. We're going to look at what this looks like in some altcoins like Cardano, like Ethereum, and we're going to have another look at my Litecoin trade to see how that's going. So if all that sounds interesting to you, then watch until the very end. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's get straight into it. All right, Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. Our target's up here, all right, around 100K. And just like we've been saying for the past few episodes, our target is between 100 and 102K, very simply because if you were to take the Fibonacci retracement of this purported A wave, you could see here I have an ABC zigzag, and I can make that even more prominent for you all to really see it. If you see that, you understand that, okay, we're likely to come and make this B wave, the B wave of an ABC zigzag, always retraces to a minimum of the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, and that is our 100K minimum target, and a maximum of the 0.618. That's our 102. Again, we do expect for Bitcoin to come into this golden pocket region, and that would be the final leg of our B wave, and the final leg is always impulsive. The final leg of any corrective pattern is impulsive. So we were looking for this, we finally got it. Now let's wait for its logical conclusion, which is a move up here. And when you look at Bitcoin on the smaller time frame, it looks bullish, it looks impulsive, but still it doesn't have the verve, it doesn't have the strength of an actual purely impulsive move that is going to take you to targets that a lot of people think we're going. A lot of people are going to get trapped into this. A lot of people are going to be on the wrong side of this trade because a lot of people right now, if you look up and down social media, they're very optimistic at this being the move of moves, right? And they're not even considering this 40-day resistance, right? They're just not thinking about this. They're not thinking of this being an initial break and this being a counter, right? They're not thinking in those terms. They're just thinking, oh, I saw some green candles. It's 2025. It should be, and Q1 should be bullish, right? Historically, Q1's been bullish, right? This seems to make sense. It's been long enough, I guess, right? This is the reasoning. So I'll say this, and something I've learned over the course of trading and charting for 7-8 years. Price action over price. The average investor, the average chartist, the average trader only looks at price. They just look at green candles or red candles on the small time frame usually, and they're only concerned with what the price is, right? And if it's going higher, then that's all they're looking at. The savvy investor, the savvy chartist, the savvy trader looks at price action. The difference is context. So the fact that we're going up, both should agree, if they're sound chartists, they're sound analysts, they should agree that we were going to get this move, right? We've been saying, okay, we're still waiting for a move up when we were down here, right? A lot of people said that. Some people were waiting for down. Again, if they're decent analysts, decent chartists, they would have seen this move coming, okay? But the difference between the savvy and the average investor, chartist, trader is that the savvy investor trader sees a logical top. They see a hard resistance up here between 100 and 102, and they're very careful. They're watching this like a hawk, and they're looking to take profit. And once they take profit, they're either getting completely out of the market or going short. Okay. The average non sort of seasoned investor trader just thinks this is going and it won't stop. Okay, so just be very careful, please. So that's Bitcoin. We can also see how this looks, what this looks like in our Bitcoin dominance, or sorry, our US dollar currency index chart. Again, for the new subscribers, welcome, thanks for subscribing. The US dollar currency index is something that we look at frequently on the channel, and other analysts look at it because it is the relative strength of the US dollar. It's very important. It's one of the main indicators I use, and it kind of ties crypto to the rest of the financial world. Because it's not, crypto doesn't act in a bubble. Nothing is in a bubble. Nothing is, an island. And obviously, you use US dollars predominantly to buy crypto. 60% of the world's economy uses US dollars to buy anything. So when we use the US dollar currency index, we're looking for if it's going up or down. If it's going up, usually the risk on assets, things that you use dollars to buy, things that you use dollars to buy things with. Sorry, things that you use dollars to buy go down in value. Okay, so you use dollars to buy crypto, you use dollars to buy stock. When the relative value of the US dollar goes up, those things go down, and vice versa. So we typically like to look at the US dollar currency index to see if it's going up or down to gauge where crypto is likely going, because this, I would say, moves the market more than anything else. Okay, and so when the US dollar is going up, we want to be very careful. On a higher time frame, you can see that we were looking for this move, right? It's quite obvious that you've had this resistance right here, denoted by this dotted line, and every single time, multiple times, you're testing that resistance. And when we were here, even I was saying, well, this is a logical sort of next step. We're gonna go up here, and then once we get here, we can talk about being super bullish in risk on assets, super bullish in crypto at that point, but not before then. And so what have we seen in the past few hours? The obvious move. I think this is the first wave that you're getting to this for this move up. And if we zoom in a little bit, let's go down to the hourly time frame. Let's try that again. Yeah, hourly time frame. It looks to me like this right here is an initial wave, okay, of some sort, and I would not be surprised if we can actually see this a little better on the 15-minute. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some sort of correction in this wave right here. And that correction, if we got it, should take us to sometime tonight. I say all that to mean this. We have about 8-9 hours from the time of recording this video for this to take place, because this is an initial impulse, right? We can measure the time that this took, okay? And it was about 8 hours. So if it takes about 8 hours to form up, and it's a first wave, we can expect the retracement to take about 8 hours to the downside. That would take us to, the close of the market, and then the pre-market for tomorrow's market. So i.e. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, something like that. I would expect this to have retraced. So I'd expect this to go down for the next 8 hours. And then once it's ready again, to go back up. And that is when I expect maybe, this is just a rough time estimate, okay? This is just getting fancy. But for me, in my head, I'm saying, okay, I would not be surprised if by tonight we hit our target for Bitcoin. That's basically what I'm trying to say. By tonight, we hit our target for Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoins. And so you prepare to either take profit, get out of the market, or take profit and turn short. So that's what I see in the US dollar currency index. But basically, the takeaways, not necessarily the timing. That's just, again, getting fancy. It's not that important. What's really important is you recognize the larger trend initiating. Okay, the larger trend that we said, okay, it's likely to go up. This is our confirmation of that. And so if US dollar currency index is going up, our whole trade thesis of Bitcoin going down, the rest of the cryptocurrency market is that the rest of the cryptocurrency market going down in the interim is almost solidified. It's almost confirmed with this analysis. Okay, let's not make this video too long. So let's quickly look at what some other altcoins that we talked about not too long ago look like, given this whole sort of sequence to the upside. So let's start with Cardano. And earlier in the week, we said that Cardano was likely putting in some sort of zigzag of its own, right? A zigzag is a ABC pattern. It's a corrective pattern, a three-wave move, where A wave has the B wave comes to between the 0.5 to the 618 retracement of the A wave, and the C wave goes about 1 to 1236 deviations of the A wave. So that would be A, this would be B, that's C. So we would expect Cardano to hit between 1.9 and $1.16. So we're right now at about 98 cents for Cardano. We do expect a little more upside, but we're almost there. Okay, again, for Cardano, we expect a little more upside, but once we get into these regions, once we hit $1.09, $1.16, we're getting ready to take profit and get out or go short. Okay, so that's Cardano. Just tracking the progress of these trades to the upside. Ethereum, similarly, we said earlier in the week was likely in some sort of zigzag, where the B wave in this case was a nice triangle. Okay, that's a type of B wave, and that B wave again comes to between the 0.5 and 618 of the A wave. Again, we do expect the C wave to be 1 or 1236 deviations of that A wave. So we should expect Ethereum to come to around 3,716, almost there. Okay, and again, you can take your Fibonacci extension tool and measure that out, just like we did for Cardano. That would be the length of the A wave, retracement of the B wave, and you can see that that C wave takes you between 3,670 something and 3,800, thereabouts. Okay, so yeah, we're almost there. So this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm anticipating. This is what I do expect a bigger move for the rest of today to the upside, but I'm under no illusions to thinking that that is, the start of alt season proper, and that is going to be like, an uninterrupted, strong, sort of altcoin move to the upside. Like we said earlier in the week, like, just be very careful. It's worth trading this to the upside if you can, if you have the resources, if you have the wherewithal. But do be careful, because what comes next is an even larger move down, much larger than the move up. And last but not least, let's have a quick look at my lit entry trade. So Lit is a small cap. I call it a low cap all-star. Okay, it's one of those assets that is very, low in market cap, but very, has a high level of potential. And so what you see here is, I got in down here. So the trade's doing pretty well as it stands. We're up quite a bit, about 13%. I do expect it to go much higher, and as it stands, would not be surprised if I just don't know what this is going to do, because it's, you know, such a low market cap, and I think it's going into its proper bull market at this point. So I don't know what this candle is going to look like. So I'm just kind of touch and go, wait and see. We'll see. You know, I have some potential targets, and you can see some alarms. So yeah, it's just touch and go. I know it's going up with a high degree of probability. Where it's going to go, I don't know. I have some likely resistances, and that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to use Bitcoin as a sort of indicator. I'm going to use Ethereum, Cardano. I'm going to use the DXY. I'm going to use the time component, right? I'm going to give it that window that I think that thing should pump within, and that's how I'm going to trade this. But so far, so good. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. If that was helpful, useful, please like, share, and subscribe. Consider buying me a coffee or tipping me by either Venmo or Cash App, or sending Litecoin. And do consider my crypto portfolio consultation service that is only going to be open for a limited time, because there's just so many hours in the day that I could dedicate to seeing each and every one of you, 1 to 2 hours per month, to give you advice or consultation on a series of altcoins in your portfolio, up to 5, right? First, we're going to balance them, see how viable they are for the bull market. A lot of what I do is help people really make high probability gains in the bull market, because not everything is going to pump. Not everything is what you think it is. So that is, I think, something that's quite helpful, that I'm excited to give in the bull market for, yeah, however long the bull market lasts. So that's it for me, guys. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.